It seems like you'd be good at marriage then.
Me?
Yeah, for like if you're used to taking the blame for things and.
Dude, I'm great at marriage. I've done it twice. Okay. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
How many times have you been married, Tom? Once?
I'm pretty
Please
bad
get
at
out
it.
of here,
I'm
dude.
I'm
you only
good
found
at
one person to fucking love you?
it.
How fucking sad is that? Jesus
Well,
Christ. I'm working on my third right now. I guarantee by the end of the year, I'll be 5 times married just for the fun of it.
Yeah,
Because after the second one, I don't care anymore. I thought I was supposed to fucking come here and have a good time with friends, and the first thing I notice is that I've been duped.
Bamboozled.
Wait a minute.
With the upper
you
song.
start off as by lying and bragging about how
Actually,
great you are.
what I
and you
said
don't
is
even know the
100%
basic
true.
rules.
That's not a basic rule. That's not even.
That's not a basic rule. That's true.
That's why I said it wasn't true, and you're like, you're right, it isn't. Yeah. Like, so you're right. I proved myself as a savant of chess.
right.
I've had my dick sucked because I'm this good at chess. Yeah. All right, and I really haven't lost.
I'll do it again.
I haven't lost in 20 years. No joke.
How many times do you play? Like a lot?
I played in the last 20 years. I played Eric and beat him one time.
Yep.
And
Nice.
so what I say is true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he hasn't lost in 20 years.
We'll just count. We'll just assume that because you know how you can go like, wow, the Knicks crushed the Pacers, right? And they think whatever. I'm just making and the Pacers crushed this team, so they would obviously crush that. So what I'm saying is. You'll just mark it as a loss because I'm beating this guy like I'm playing a 6-year-old, and so I feel like that would mean if he beat
we were down
you,
to like 4 pieces.
Yeah, we were dancing.
No, that's no shit. I got really lucky on that one. I was like, thank God. And then I told you I was like, I'll never play again, and I was like, I'll be undefeated.
Yeah.
I used to have a bit like I'd buy games and play them like either never or only once and be like, I've never lost this game, whatever game it is, because it's technically true. And I think that's fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I could beat you at chess.
There's not a chance.
Not a chance.
Why? Because you read books? Like, are you kidding me?
No, because you don't know some of the basic rules. Do you know about castling?
I mean, I can beat you.
Okay.
All right, where I'm from, we don't play this castling, this British shit.
They do chess boxing.
They do chess boxing. Okay,
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Have you heard of chess boxing? The sport chess boxing?
When Dusty gets your pawns, he eats them.
Yeah, you have to where I'm from, because they're edible most of them. Yeah, and they'll melt if you don't hurry.
They made of butter.
That's the timer on the game.
Dad, my chess pieces are melting.
What is castling? Is that where you like switch castles or something?
Yes.
We're not. It's funny how
We're good. We're not playing anymore.
That's funny.
What do you mean
how
you're
I
not playing
knew.
anymore?
Huh?
You just said you're gonna beat him like a fucking 4-year-old.
I think it's he doesn't want to blow his streak of being undefeated in chess.
Actually, I don't mind it. You know what I mean? At all.
You about to
I
bring
don't mind
Dusty out of
fucking
retirement, dude?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm ready. All right, I
switch
think it's
seats.
time. You can't be a winner forever.
No, you can't.
Neither can John.
You got to teach the youth. All right,
Teach the youth, dude. Go ahead.
you know.
Or you're not going to leave, are you?
Yeah, I'm out of here, bro.
What?
I gotta go get groceries, man.
Okay.
Groceries.
Do you really want to play chess here? Okay.
If you want, I don't mind it at all.
What's been going on in Dusty Land?
Just workity working, getting some shows here and there. Some of them further away than others, so it's nice to be able to travel, and do that and meet new places and experiences.
You've been working with Goolsby?
Yeah, we went to a place, and it was called South Carolina, and also which is a lot like our own, but and Tennessee. First time I did a show in Tennessee.
Which Tennessee? South, north?
The first one, like the Revolutionary War, Tennessee.
The King James Bible.
Yeah, the new Old Testament.
A place called Murfreesboro.
Oh yeah, it's spelled weird.
Yes.
Murfrees or whatever.
Like Murfreesboro? Yes.
Yeah. It's not a Murphy's.
No, but you would think it was.
You would.
I
think it was.
Dusty's taken me on the road a few times recently.
Yeah,
Where'd you
dude.
go, Seth?
Yeah. We went to
Yeah, where'd we go?
Wilmington, and was that it? Where else did we go?
We've been to Charlotte a couple of times.
Yeah.
I'd take him to the park and
That's nice.
let him feed the geese till he got scared, and I'm like, all right.
They hissed at me.
I love Dusty dropped me off at the airport a bunch of years ago, and he was like, "This is the furthest I've ever been from home." He got lost at the Greensboro airport with fucking It was
Wow,
adorable.
that's the tiniest
bro.
airport out
Yeah,
there.
he never. But he was like, I don't know where I am, man. I was like, it's all good,
Dude, I was so
He
scared.
was like, this is the furthest I've ever been from home. I was like, you're doing great, brother.
Yeah.
Didn't you think you were gonna end up on the runway?
Yes,
Dusty?
What?
If movies
have
have
to
taught me
fly.
anything, the airports are the place where you lose your family. Okay, and I swear to God, I'd end up somewhere else, and then you're somewhere else. It'd be horrible.
And he lost me. He thought he lost me.
Oh, I was so scared. I was afraid I'd get arrested. I was really high, and I was like, "You definitely can't be high at the airport."
You can though.
Yeah,
They sell it in the airport.
They sell
now.
it in the airport now. Yeah, in Atlanta they do. They sell, yeah, we talked about that. Yeah.
No, I bought it.
You bought it.
What about you, dude? How you been? How many have you been on any voyages?
Yeah.
Like, do you get to steer the? Do you
don't
get
ever-
to steer the boat?
Have you ever met the captain?
Like the kids do.
I did do one ship on a celebrity ship. I did. The captain did like the Liars Club game show or
that's
whatever.
cool.
So that's the one time I've sort of been on like had interaction with a captain.
What's a celebrity cruise? Was it celebrities?
that
on
the
it?
It's
name
just
of
in the name of the line.
Oh,
You know.
I
That's
didn't know
kinda
if you
cool.
were there with Alan Alda or something.
Fucking shut up. I've been watching a lot of reality TV, and there's a show that I extra love called The Traitors. Have you watched it? That game to me seems like it would be fun to play with your friends. It's basically like a whodunit type of situation.
okay.
So there's I don't know in the show 16 fucking people, and like 2 of them are the traitors. So but nobody knows them, and every night they get together and murder somebody.
Oh, it's Among Us.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's kind of Among Us. Yeah, who did it type of shit. But they also all they're lying to each other constantly. And so there's a lot of gameplay and gamesmanship in that thing, and I really love it.
I like the word gamesmanship.
Gamesmanship is
I
fantastic.
like that. That's a chess word.
it. Really is. Yeah, no, that's
It
what I
really
read.
brings
Say
out
that
the
when you
best
win.
in us.
Like this, like if you've been fucking with me and you really are good at chess, that was good gamemanship. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
That's sort of what I tried to pull on these guys.
Right.
When you win, Dusty, you have to shout gamemanship.
Gamesmanship, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Gamemanship. Well, I feel that's I've got that bit about you don't know what to say after you win
Yeah.
chess other than checkmate. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
You used to do that.
Gimples. Let's see. Yeah.
I love a good just noise. Just a.
You know the movie Searching for Bobby Fischer is about a real guy, but that kid isn't real. You know what I mean? That kid was an actor.
I
Like,
don't
you
know
know what I
that
mean?
movie.
Like, I don't know if that kid was really that good at fucking chess because the whole time you're like, wow, he can do it. But it's not like, what's the word here I want to use? Yeah, it's not real gamesmanship. He a fraud.
Searching for Bobby Fischer. I've never heard of that movie.
Yeah, it's good. It really
It is
is
good. He's
It really
right.
is a good movie. I was there in the '90s when they were making some pretty decent shit. Which I mean, they still are, but
Did they find him?
no. The whole deal is like the best chess player in the world was like, "Damn, I'm really fucking good at this. Goodbye," and he just like disappears. Like his whole thing is like people are like, "I don't
He
know."
got
What?
sucked into the game.
Yeah,
like
he
Jumanji.
won, and I think he lost, and he was like, "Oh," and kind of like
he got
dis-
paranoid. Yeah, he got paranoid at the end. You know, he was like, he thought because the Russians were bugging his room and stuff
Wait.
like that. You know, what?
No. How'd you go forward, bro? Your guy. That's not that guy.
Oh, it's not a guy. What is he?
Oh fuck
That
me,
is a
dude!
pawn,
I
yeah.
mixed up dude for dude. I thought that was your rook or whatever.
Oh, you mean my bishop?
the one that goes that way.
So do you want to move differently?
No, it's okay. I should have known better.
Okay.
Should have known better. I'm like, damn it, Dusty.
Searching for Bobby. That doesn't sound like a good chess name. Like, oh, Bobby Fischer. Old Bobby, he could play
I'm
chess.
not sure
You know?
how accurate we are with the Bobby stuff, though. I don't know if that's the Bobby Fischer story. Exactly.
Oh, he's so real.
No, I know he's real. I just don't think that you guys just nailed
The Bobby Fischer movie?
the Bobby Fischer movie.
That's what critics were raving. Yo, he's so real.
I don't remember the movie exactly, but I remember like
so real.
Do you want to know about Bobby Fischer or you want to know about the movie?
I think the movie was different. The movie was about a kid that was also good, and then he studied Bobby Fischer or something. Or
Yeah,
was-
they're not really looking for him, but they explain about him. I was
He
like,
got A's
the
in Bobby
movie's about a
class.
kid that's really fucking good at chess, and they're like, "You're really good at this," and he's like, "Okay." And then they like take him, and he's kind of like quiet and stuff. He's got that weird like '90s look where he's like,
Searching for Bobby Fischer was in 1993.
you know, I don't know,
After
Kind of
he
got
beat
bangs.
'90s autistic. He was '90s
Okay.
autistic,
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
eating Gilbert Grape?
but still cool. 'cause
really
he-
early autistic, yeah.
Yeah.
After he beats his dad, Joe Montaigne, one of the best names you could possibly have.
Joe Montana?
Joe Montaigne.
Montaigne.
Yeah,
You
that's
know
a
who Joe
cool
Montaigne
name.
is. In a chess match, Josh Waitskin, Max is probably right, a 7-year-old, gets noticed for his talent. He becomes interested in speed chess at the park and learns the game from a hustler named Vinny, played by Lawrence Fishburne. However, Josh's parents invest in the services of Bruce, Ben Kingsley, a famous coach who has very different practices. Between Bruce's methods and the stress of the competitions,
Was that one?
Josh learns that even a chess prodigy cannot make all the right moves.
Mm.
walking right into your trap.
Well, I was like, well, there's only one way for all this to go. And this is what you get. I got your horse, bro. Got your fucking horse. Got your horse right here.
I got yours right here.
Got your damn horse right here, kid.
Check.
That'd be funny. I'm like, I don't get it. I was like, is this a new rule? This check,
Check
thing that you're
Just move
talking
that pawn
about?
forward, you know. Oh no, you can fucking.
Oh yeah, I can go that
He's
way.
coming after you, queen.
Oh yeah, everybody wants her. She's a hottie.
She's a
I tried to get him to trade queens with me, but it's not working out so far.
You know, it got close, but then I was like, well, that's my funnest piece. It's the funnest piece I got left.
Yeah,
That's
queen's
part of
the
my
coolest
strategy,
one.
by the way. I like to
Have fun?
lure people into a sense false of security where it's like, oh, you know.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like I let this game get away from me a
You
little
can
bit, to be
move.
honest.
You can move.
But it's over.
Your king to your left and up. You could also move that pawn up one
king
space.
shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something with that queen.
You
But
could move that pawn.
yeah, that's the best thing to do. Let's do that. Let's go there.
Yeah, that seems like a really good one.
Boink.
It's a horrible
Now-
choice.
No, now you got the fucking. you
Okay.
got the bishop right behind you.
Oh, I know what to do. I know what to do. I know what to do.
Oh, what am I
This
doing?
guy.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, both y'all are like.
This is what happened. I'm getting,
But you had it. You were on the right fucking path.
I'm getting too cocky and just like throwing pieces around like I know what I'm doing. Oh, it's so stupid. I was like, I got this game. Now I don't.
I mean, it was beautifully stupid. Like, you made me feel good for at least one move of the whole game. So, thank you.
I'll let you back in it. That's for damn sure.
Welcome back, Dusty.
I like that I don't know chess
same
very
old
well,
thing.
so anything that happens is fine.
Okay,
But if
good.
I beat you just a little bit,
You've
it
already
really
done-
pisses you off.
You've already done that.
Yeah.
I had a moment there where I thought
It's
oh, I'm
like
gonna
if you
get-
started farming better than me for a minute.
Yeah. What do you farm lumber, right? Or what do you farm?
Well, I work on a sawmill now, but I farmed for a long time.
Why do you say work on when it's your thing? Isn't it
Well,
your
because you got to
company?
work on it. You know, you
You
got to
don't
work.
like to be like I own a thing.
Not really. I think it's a little pretentious.
Okay.
You know, it's like I own these shoes. These shoes that I own right now that I'm fitting in. You know, I think it's a
These
little.
shits are mine.
You don't have to say it, and like, are people going to be like, "Oh, Mr. Owner of a sawmill"?
Oh, I didn't know he owned his shoes. Yeah.
Working hard or owning a sawmill?
Soybeans and wheat.
Elo chess points.
How many acres of farm do you have?
Like we lease overall, we get like we at the most we had like 500 acres of land to sow.
Right.
Is that
to
a lot?
plant.
That
I
seems
mean,
like a
decent
lot.
for not really. I mean, not in today's terms, but like because a lot of people have like 1,000 acres or more. But that's
How
been
many
of like
acres
the
do you have,
past.
Tom?
How many acres do I have?
Yeah.
I think we got about half an acre in
You're
my
doing
yard.
good. You're
My
not doing as
yard.
good as Dusty. He got 100.
We got
You can fit half a cow on there.
yeah.
You know, it takes a full acre for a cow. A lot
Does
of
it?
people don't know that. Yeah, if you want to do it right.
Each cow?
That's what they say is like a measure of thumb is
Yeah,
like
yeah.
It'll because they take that much food.
Oh, food.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they got three stomachs.
Well, so what do you think about like if I like? Do you think like a cul-de-sac could all go in on a cow and like have a cow in their cul-de-sac?
Hell yeah, you
Sort
guys
of-
could milk it, get its eggs,
And it
all
can
that
go from
stuff.
yard. It can go from yard to yard or whatever. Get its eggs. That's hilarious.
I did have a buddy that I used to work with. My last job in the country, he was. I remember one day, everybody was giving him like hundreds of dollars. And I was like, what's going on?" He's like, "Oh, we just bought a bull."
Fuck yeah.
I was like, "You guys bought a bull?" He's like, "Yeah, we just bought a bull." Like,
Yeah.
And it was every
movie,
year
We
they
Bought a Bull.
would buy cows, and then butcher eventually, and everybody have a freezer full of meat. And I had no idea that people were buying food while it was still alive
Yeah.
like that. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
wild for me coming from the city, like being like, "What the fuck is going on out here?"
Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah,
That's right.
Serena,
God damn it.
yeah, Serena's family when she was growing up, they had a bunch of cows, and they would bring one to the butcher every year for like
Right.
they'd maybe two. They'd one for the sons and daughters, and then one for the family. You know.
One for the wedding.
Yeah.
When
the
what's
prodigal son
what's the
returns.
messiest job you've ever had? I fucking when I was really young, I got an interview for like a seafood place. And they were shucking clams, It's a clam house. It was like, but it was like at
That's
the
a cool
dock,
name.
and it wasn't like restaurants.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like you were fucking process line. It was like one of the dirtiest jobs you could have there. You know what I mean? I remember going in at like 14, 15. My mother brings me in, and I just like hated it.
Yeah.
Hated it. I didn't like
I don't want to go to the clam house.
I didn't love the. I didn't love the smell of seafood,
Yeah.
and I wasn't good at it. I mean, I got good at fucking a bunch of jobs after that,
Yeah.
but I remember going in and just knowing for sure that I did not want to work at that place.
Yeah.
Or any place like
Did
it.
it make you scared when you saw like really old dudes?
How
like,
long
just
did you
going-
work there?
It was hours.
Oh,
Hours. And I was like, and everybody in the building knew it wasn't for me.
except
You know what I
your
mean?
mother.
Yeah, dude, my mother thought she just knew I needed a job, which I did. I ended up going to work in construction. I fucking love that.
I love that Clam House was her first.
Well, we lived in a seafood town.
Yeah.
You know what I
Right.
mean? Like it's all boats and all that shit.
would be
What's the
weird.
messiest job you ever had, Tom?
Messiest?
Because we have a friend who works in a butcher shop right now, and that's what made me think of that. Like a job like that.
I'm
Is that-
thinking.
You've only had jobs like that, though, right? Does he like fucking working with your hands and animals?
I've had some really messy days and stuff. Yeah. Like,
Mainly, go ahead. You answer first, and then I'll answer that
Messy
later.
days doing what?
well, it mostly like in landscaping or construction and
Okay.
stuff. But the grossest days was I was a garbage man for
Oh.
about
Cool.
Did you know
6 months.
No, I did not know that.
Garbage man? Dude?
Yeah, I was
I
when
can't
Ride the
picture
back?
it.
when I was your
Me
age,
either.
except when I was like your age, like probably.
I would picture you being the best fucking guy. Like today, you as a garbage man, I think you'd be fucking. I think
Oh
you'd
yeah, the
smash
neighborhood would love
What
you.
would
You would
stop
love
him?
it.
What would stop
Yeah,
him?
he'd be on the back.
I
doing-
loved riding on the
You know
back
how
of the
much
Yeah,
truck.
riding
trash
on the
there
back,
is?
you would love it.
But it
Look, I'm
was,
excited.
but there was some sort of like when you're
wind
hanging
in
on,
your
yeah, and I'm like, this is cool, but it's also like, this is really fucking dangerous, and this driver doesn't give a shit about me, and he's
Right.
driving about 40 miles an hour, like, you know, it's like a little bit
You
like,
got to give the driver the Rick Rubin book, dude. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Turn him into a team guy.
so what happened with me as a garbage, my sister was married at the time to the guy she was married to, was like it was like a family,
Ex-husband.
he's an ex-husband now, yeah, but he,
Garbage man.
but he was they had a family garbage,
Okay,
business. Sanitation business on Long Island.
Sure.
And
oh,
he-
you were in the mob? That's
Well,
cool.
that's the thing. His guys all went out with the Teamsters came in and they got a strike on his, you know, because
Yeah.
most of the waste management on New York is sort of mob related or whatever.
Right.
So the Teamsters came in and they all went out on strike, and so they called. I was going to school at Florida State, and I came up to help for that. I was basically a scab.
You were a
garbage man.
scab.
Yes.
Wow.
That's why you never talk about it.
So I was a scab garbage man, but it's like my family. So I was like, I went up to help,
Right.
and
That's why that truck driver wanted to
All
kill
this
you.
just to fucking take out trash?
it's and that was
Right.
yeah, and it was weird because it was like a lot
Yo,
of
there's a lot that goes.
a
into
lot
that,
of the
but
trash
yeah.
pickup in the neighborhoods they had was like it was backdoor service. So you'd get a huge like green ass bucket with a hand, and you'd go up the driveway and you'd dump their trash
find
into
the
yours,
trash
bring
and
it
you're
out to the
like-
dump it in, and you do a few houses at a time, and then the truck would come and you dump. But these guys were trying to intimidate us and trying to intimidate like.
Started
That's
eating
why
trash.
you're trying to take away people's trash.
So they were literally like, I'm literally knocking
'cause
on.
they
the
wanna
door.
do it.
I'm literally grabbing. Yes, they were knocking on doors like, hey, we're with the Daniel F. Allen Company. We're on strike for the sanitation for unfair labor. And she's like, well, who's he? And that's when they were like, he's a scab. Like she's gonna be like, hey, put that down. I want the professionals picking up my trash. So I sort of jaw back and forth with them a little bit, and they could tell by my accent that I wasn't a northerner, and I'd say like, we're from the South, dude. You don't want, I got relative. I'd just make shit up,
Right.
But it was so I was doing that. But the worst was the container day when we would go empty dumpsters and stuff, and going to the Chinese restaurants, picking up their dumpsters that have been sitting out in the sun all day in the sun. It was the worst smell, and then we would dump them into the hopper or whatever and do it up. But it was just still the hopper would be 3/4 filled with just that juice that
The good stuff.
oh my god, I can,
the
I
gravy.
can still sort of
MSG.
like
The
right
stuff
now
they-
saying it, I can taste it and smell it on the back of my
The stuff
stomach.
they toss the chicken in.
It's just called
the
liquid food.
And you're riding
you-
on the back with that shit sloshing and
Do you eat
just like,
Chinese food now?
ugh.
Do you think of it when you eat Chinese food?
No, I don't.
How can I get you to?
How
How can you like nasty Pavlov?
like I
him
do
or
sometimes I'll see it like there'll be a dumpster or whatever.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of it. And it's just like
I had
oh.
to stop eating Fritos
So-
because I went to the place that they made Frito-Lay, the Frito chips, actual like.
Fresh off the
Smells
thing,
like wet
warm,
dog.
crisp.
Yo,
Who's moved?
I
By the
wish
way,
it
are
smelled
you
like
ever
wet dog.
gonna get out of check, or are you just gonna keep moving moves?
Oh, it's
Like,
his move. Yeah.
Is it your move?
Oh yeah.
You've been in check for like 4 moves and you haven't moved out of
Well,
it.
somebody didn't tell me.
No. You took a piece of mine. This piece that was right here. Can you put that piece back, please?
You see how like he's trying
Yeah.
to seem dominant, like he's big or something.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Never touching other
I
people's
know, like
pieces,
Jesus
dude.
Christ.
I just realized
You're the kind of guy that
You guys-
takes tic-tac-toe serious. You know what I mean? The virgin on the back of the
Would
fucking
you like
bus.
to play a game?
Tom's down with OPP, other people's pieces.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
I used to.
No, you're not in
trash
check.
Long Island.
No, I know. I'm just wanting to touch
You
my
know,
fucking
look,
king.
You can do whatever you want with
can
your
do
I know.
pieces.
I can suitcase this if I want to, and
does
you
that
can't
mean?
stop me
What does that
because I'm
mean?
bigger than you. So let's see. Go ahead. Move your horse.
Why would you do that?
Because I want to. It's none of this matters. It's not real.
You're right.
See what I mean? None of this is real.
I'm ending your streak. You don't even care about that.
Dude, I'm not going to lose.
Tom, I
That's
let
the
you win
funny part.
twice,
You
dude.
think I'm like you think I'm going to
Dusty-
lose. See, what I did was take away your horse. Okay,
Oh, you
I did
did.
that out of spite because I don't need a queen. Okay, I'm a strong, independent man that don't need a fucking woman. I fuck myself just like that.
You can fuck yourself just like that. That's
I think it's the name of a Medea movie.
I can
fuck myself all
by myself. That's great.
Tyler Perry presents.
But yeah, I'm still gonna win.
That's a really good move.
It's too good.
Yeah.
I surprised myself.
Oh, that's not a queen. Shit.
Dusty, I
thought
owe
that
you
was-
$10 for letting Tom win. I know I told you I'd give you money.
I
for
know,
letting
dude.
him.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, dude. I'm gonna have to act like I just like
This
I'm in
is
fifth grade.
this is how Tom got his groove back. We let him win at chess.
But so aggressive, so
Yeah,
aggressive.
he wants to steal
It
like
was
angry.
angry,
The,
yeah.
the, the angry thing. Like if I didn't know you and we were like where I live,
Yo,
man.
that's why I never played chess at the park
Queen
with
or a
the.
bishop? That's a bishop, right?
Does he got a thing? Yeah.
I mean, it
he-
depends. Depends on what Dusty wants it to be.
Check.
what do you run?
But I remember the like seeing people play in the park and how aggressive they were, and I was like,
That's scary.
we don't do that
Yeah.
around where I am. You
No.
know what I mean?
No.
They're smacking pieces.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. There's a fun. There's a like it's coolness.
I
to,
know.
like,
I don't like it.
No, I don't like it either.
I
Not
feel
at
like
all.
I feel like people who take, and I used to be this guy. People who,
games too seriously.
Yeah, like it is, we are playing. It's literally playing a game.
Yeah.
We're playing a game. There's no money.
But have you ever watched? Like
I
I'm
call my-
fascinated by this in the Bahamas or
Yeah.
down in like in mostly Latino places, like when they're playing, domino, not domino. What's the little
Nobody
thing?
tell them.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Nobody tell them what. Yu-Gi-Oh.
Pokemon.
No. God damn it, you guys.
Bakugan.
Pokemon. Back. Fucking.
Shit, Bionicle.
Yeah.
Magic the Gathering.
Ooh, that's fun.
Pogs.
You playing
Monopoly.
jacks,
No.
Pitch.
pogs.
Spades.
Fuck yeah, he's playing pogs.
Craps.
Craps.
Dice.
Roulette.
Dominoes.
God damn it! You
There
said
it
dominoes
is.
already,
Is
and
that
then you
what it
said
is?
no.
It's dominoes, right? The little cube thing. The little
Nobody tell him.
Mahjong.
Mahjong.
Mahjong. Yeah.
Yeah, mahjong.
No, it's dominoes, right? Playing dominoes.
Pie show.
That's pizza, dude.
Playing some pie show.
That's pizza.
That's
I don't know.
That's just the best
But watch
pizza
that, like,
in
watching
America.
that
Yeah.
there's a fun. They're slapping them down
Yeah,
and
yeah,
fucking shit talking to each other. It's like fun to watch as you like walk around and stuff. It's
So like I grew up playing a lot of spades and playing with. We were all assholes about video games.
Oh, it's your move.
Video games in every game, and then my kids, they're the ones that stopped it. Like in my whole family, we were all a bunch of competitive pieces of shit, like so aggressive about every game we ever played. And
I
it
don't
was
think
like,
that makes you a piece of shit. That
no,
makes
it does.
Makes you a normal fucking. You know.
No, it makes you
I think it
hard
does,
to
yeah.
be around. Is what it makes you. You know, I mean, that's what it made me. So my kids, and then again, we would get together and we would play games.
Is that
and I
checkmate?
would take it real seriously.
It might be. Oh no, I can just take it with my king. That
But
doesn't-
I can take your king with my king,
No,
right?
you can only move one move. at a
King on
time.
king.
Didn't you move your guy earlier, like all the way?
Did the
from here to
castle.
I
there?
castled.
See,
So
that's
you
what-
castled?
Yes.
So I can't do that without the castle
No.
because it's not castling
it's
without
not
a castle.
Right.
Mm.
Right.
Well,
You got a castle. in a
Almost.
castle.
for a second I was about to be like,
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
"My God, you're going to be very
That was a
upset."
sweet move. The
Yeah,
way
he
you-
made up
the
that
way you
one
traded,
over.
the way you traded a bishop for a pawn, that was a great move, dude. Are you kidding me? That got you right back in it.
He,
Oh no!
I feel like people who
line it
get
up to
really
take
mad
my
at games like that are mad about other
But
stuff in
don't
their
forget,
What's
I
that,
can turn
dude?
this way.
Okay.
life. I feel like people who get really mad at
Go ahead, I'll
games
let you
like
do
that
that even.
are like mad about other stuff in their life.
1,000,000%.
Well,
Yeah, 1,000,000%.
so just
Like, I
I-
remember some kid like
Are you-
freaking out
if
about
you don't know where to
bowling, and I
go,
was
just
like,
go
"Oof."
forward.
Yeah. But you went to the one place that left. Now leaves this piece undefended and puts you in check. You know, just, I mean,
Oh, it's okay. That's
That's
it's
what you wanted.
That's what I
Dusty
wanted.
has you right
Okay.
where he wants him.
that's true.
Have you never heard of having fun losing before? You know, it's that's like a real thing, like to have
I
fun
think you
while
could put
losing.
I think you could put a period in the middle of that sentence, and I'm unsure he would understand that.
What I
Have you ever had fun?
without any other.
Without, yeah, with a
I'm
period.
having fun right now.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. So, do you only have fun winning?
No.
Whoever has the most fun is really the winner.
That's
when
right.
you think about it.
But it is true. Yeah, you can do whatever you want. He's a king, dude.
Make
You
him
can't-
kiss.
You can't hold Dusty's king in a
Oh
box,
shit!
dude.
Oh shit! I'm gonna fucking castle.
Okay, there you go. Good move.
Now you can't tell who's on whose side anymore.
That's right.
Like
yeah.
we're all
'Cause
one.
you don't see
Hey,
color.
we're all one team. Why don't
That's
we
right.
just turn everybody around?
Right, yeah. Why don't we all go the same way?
And walk forward, hand in hand,
Yeah.
pawn in pawn.
Line them all up, 4 spaces deep,
Going this
going that
way.
way, and you guys both sit on the same side. You know what I mean?
That's how
And then
you-
the board goes on forever.
You can't really.
Yeah, Farmers of America.
Did you?
Sure did.
Or I guess you were probably in that then. You were.
Yeah.
But you're a current. You were
They
a
nailed
current
it. They
farmer.
got it right.
Huh?
Could you be a future farmer of America if you were an actual current farmer?
Ooh, I don't know. I'd have to farm something nobody's ever farmed before. Like,
Right.
You know what I mean? Like going to the pasture next. You know, whatever the next
How are the
frontier.
meetings at Current Farmers of America?
Oh, I want the one where it's past Farmers of America.
Oh,
Dead ghost in overalls. Some of them more racist than others, but
do you
still.
wanna farm forever? Do you want to be? Are you
No.
a farmer forever? Are you
No,
looking to get out of it?
Yeah.
I wouldn't
know a guy who's looking
stereotypically
like-
think of you as a farmer. Like this, when you say that, I just can't even picture it really.
I mean, I'm good at doing like what I was taught to do, and for me, it wasn't something like my. I do love being outside, and I love birds and shit, and I'm all about like flowers and grass and trees. I love it. I love nature. So you're in it, so that's cool. But it's almost in a way like I did it more as a like, well, you know, my dad did this, my dad's dad did this. It's almost like familiarity, and also in a way of like honoring like. I want to know what it's like. You know, it's like you talk about how fucking tough it was in your day.
Right.
Well, let me try it as much as I can in my day as well.
Right.
And it pays the bills. And it supports the comedy. I just want to be able to get to where comedy can support more comedy.
Right. Right.
And then, you know, when I get, but I do love riding the tractor. I love being in it. I think it's.
I see really successful people who go back to farming if they grew up on farms, like they see the value in living that way. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so they're still driving tractors and shit like that.
It's beautiful. It really
Do you
is.
see people like getting into farming that like because they're just like, I want to be able to live off the land myself, and then they don't know what they're doing, and it just turns into a disaster, or can people kind of figure it out as they go?
As far as like a big scale type of thing, I don't think many people have that money just to blow. Like, it's not a cheap thing.
It has to be built. Either
Over
you have
years.
to have a lot of money,
Yeah.
or you build it over a generation.
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
got to be like generations of build up, land achievement and stuff like that, because land is so fucking much.
So when
now.
your dad used to say it was hard work, do you agree or disagree?
Oh, fuck yeah, I agree. Yeah, very hard, dude. I mean, there's some. When I first started doing comedy, I was working a job where we were cleaning up land, and pretty much what it would just cause like, oh, I'm going to wake up and go pick up roots. I was picking up roots, like literally walking. You'd use a disc hard to like disc up the ground, and that would break up and cut in half some of the big like chunks of roots and tree branches, all that shit. And I'd have to walk the land and throw it into like groups.
Is that the
Piles
best
to
shape
burn
you've
and
ever been in?
stuff.
Yeah.
That's the best shape you could possibly be in, right? That workout.
Oh, I was
bananas.
stupid good shape.
Yeah.
I bet you got catcalled while root pulling.
You
That
ever
is
get-
true, dude.
you ever
Yeah, I
get
did
catcalled?
fuck her because she like saw me picking up roots. That is so weird. I got laid. I was the most dirty I'd ever been. I was like Kevin Costner in Waterworld, but there was no water.
Yeah, but it's
He had like the webbed
Root
ears and
world.
shit.
It's
like
pretty hard to grow food without water, isn't it?
100%. But I want to pick up roots. You
Right.
you can't pick up roots in mud. But it was a
you don't water the roots before you.
Yeah, you
yeah,
can play
sorry.
chess. You know what I'm talking
Oh wait,
about.
I'm,
And,
I'm in a different conversation. Go ahead.
But it was the roughest job, one of the roughest jobs I've ever done. It wasn't dirty, it was just rough. And it was a whole 3 months. It was like a whole summer. And I wasn't good at comedy either then. So I was like constantly out there picking up roots and going over my 5-minute set, if I had 5 minutes back then, just over and over. and
Y'all
over
ever
and
be
over.
pulling roots? Is that what you're...
You ever be named Dusty?
So anytime you,
Look at the dude.
so anytime you get more land, that's sort of what you have to do to it to turn it into farmland, or does that happen every year as
No.
as you're tilling the farmland?
How many times do you have to pick up the roots of a land?
Once it's done, like you think you've got everything, the perimeter done, you'll plant the next season. Now you'll probably have some shit come up over the summer or something like that. That'll, hopefully you'll pick it up if you see it.
Something you
If it's
missed.
big enough to fuck up not a tractor, but like a planter or the combine, you pick it up.
Oh, so there's like a real. There's repercussions if you miss these roots.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll fuck up another piece of equipment. You ever fuck one up? You ever miss something?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
or
Your dad come to you and like, you fucked the tractor up, Dusty.
Yeah. And if it was he that did it, it'd been me. You know what I mean? Like I was always good at taking the blame
Yeah.
for somebody else. It's like he hits the. I know one time
It seems like you'd be good at marriage then.
me,
Yeah, for like if you're used to taking the blame for things and
dude. I'm great at marriage. I've done it twice. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
how many times have you been married,
Yeah,
Tom?
sure, that's-
Once.
I'm pretty
Please
bad
get
at
out
it.
of here,
I'm
dude.
ba- yeah, I'm
you
not
only
good at
found
it.
one person to fucking love you. How fucking sad is that? Jesus
Well-
Christ! I'm working on my third right
Hey.
now. I guarantee by the end of the year I'll be 5 times married just for the fun of it.
Yeah, you
Because
can't-
after the second one, I don't care anymore.
The North Carolina really fucked it up. I did have a bit after my second divorce. I was like, I'll keep doing it. I'll keep getting.
Oh,
Dude,
no.
yeah, but you had to be separated for X amount of time.
A
so
year.
they really slow you down in between. But I
Wow.
was at one point considering going for the record, which I think is like in the 20s, and I was like, I could definitely hit that in my
That's- in
30s.
that amount
you know
of
what I
That's
mean?
like if you commit to college, you can't go to the NBA for a few years.
Yeah, well, I don't know if that's the case.
yeah, I'm about you guys. You're in the portal right now, right? You're in
Yeah.
the portal.
Transferring out?
Transferring out of the. You're in the. It's like what they use in college when you want to change. Like if you're going to
School to
Penn
school.
State and you're a second stringer, you can get in the portal and then you can go play for anybody else. It's like a free agency.
So are you getting in the portal?
I'm
Is that-
getting in the portal. You know.
I know nothing about sports whatsoever.
Okay. Good.
Crossbows are deadly, but
Yeah.
nobody gets killed with crossbows much anymore. You know how long
Not,
it takes
not,
to
not like
reload
back
one?
in the day, yeah.
Ever. The arm strength.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
not a lot of crossbow deaths. I think there still are, but not as many.
Real bows are faster. Unless you got one of those where it's like
I'd rather die by a
Yeah,
slingshot.
crossbow. You don't got to get the training though.
Oh, hell no.
No?
No.
Is that
bro.
cross training you were just
Like
talking
a
about?
boink to the head?
I was trying to write a
Right.
Jesus
It's
Christian
so
reference.
little. Like I don't think it'd be an instant
know?
death.
No,
I think it's
I think.
Sure, it's
well,
not cross bow.
In my scenario, it's the greatest slingshot guy ever, and he just takes me out clean.
oh, it
Who-
just
who,
goes right
David?
through your head.
I don't know. David is a Goolsby?
No,
Who? Oh, from
King
Goliath.
David.
God damn it! All right, I gotta go. I gotta go get groceries, dude. This guy just.
You guys believe in ghosts? Dusty, you're a farmer. Do you see the ghosts out in the woods? Like whenever I was there and I heard the coyotes, I was like, I wonder if it's ever scary out
I was
here.
hoping I'd never have to tell you the truth, Seth.
Yeah.
Me personally, no, I haven't seen anything, but I've heard some things that scared the shit out of me before.
Yeah.
And it could be just weird stuff. One time I thought I heard something in my head. I was like, oh, it's just a bobcat, and I'm like, wait, or a panther. Like the but not like cute like that, but like the
Yeah.
It was cute when you did it.
it
Yeah.
was, yeah. Yours is
and
cute.
and
Yeah, yours was
You make me want to
adorable.
pet a bobcat.
yeah, and I mean that I heard that one time, and then people have seen things out where I live. There was a woman. They kept seeing a woman in a dress.
Yeah, you told me about this, and I
Well,
was gonna drive over that bridge later, and I got scared.
we caught the county line. Yeah, that's over there at Pisgah. That's the Pisgah covered
Okay.
bridge. Like a couple on the way to the prom didn't make it, but for some reason they're still on the bridge. You know.
Yeah.
But this was a woman people kept seeing walking across the road over there. We call it the county line between Davidson County and Randolph County, near the Uwharrie Woods, right by this mine. Which I've been to the mine before, and it's like a decommissioned mine. Now there's some creepy shit over there.
Yeah.
And now some of it is literally just straight up junkies, like, real like drug addicts and
Yeah.
stuff. But some of it might be real,
Paint, yeah.
creepy, and I don't know if they're real either. You know what I mean? Like they could be ghost junkies.
Mm-hmm.
If you're addicted in this life, you're obviously going to be addicted in the next.
Yeah.
It'd probably be harder to get your smack or whatever. You know what I mean?
One. It's got to be
When
way
you're
harder.
dead.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, is anybody still calling it smack?
No.
I was just like, how long has Tom not done drugs for? How long has Tom not been fine?
Like,
He calls it Hayron, like the jazz music.
like any of you boys bring some toot?
Anybody got any reefers?
Have you noticed over the last 10, 15 years, has the weather change affected if the plants can grow?
Yeah,
Is
it's
this-
so much harder.
Like you were saying, like some things won't grow in where they're not supposed to grow or whatever, the seasonal or whatever. I don't even know
Just
how you said it.
the use for the land has changed. then,
Yes.
right?
So have you had to change products because they no longer grow well under five
Always get drought resistant.
The first question
Yeah.
is like, how has the weather changed, and how have you noticed it?
Here in North Carolina specifically,
As someone who's been outside, please tell me about the weather.
and it's affecting the
Yeah, I
ground
don't
and
go
the plants,
outside,
and so you have sort of a
well, the soil itself is not as rich as it was when like my grandparents were alive. Like you have to eat 3-4 tomatoes to equal the amount of nutrient one tomato used to have.
Really?
That's a big thing. Like the top soil is becoming non-existent as far as for the nutrient content. We
is
can
that
grow
because
things-
is that because it's not given like a season off?
erosion,
Yeah.
chemical use,
Okay.
years of just like Earth's getting old, baby. You know what I mean? Like this tire about to pop, and it's just the way it is. And by about to pop, I mean like hundreds of years. So don't worry,
Sure,
boys
right.
and girls. Unless this is 500 years in the future, then fuck you. you
Yeah.
know? But seriously, that and also the literal weather. I'm sorry, I said literal again. It's so hot. It is so hot. The humidity is at a complete. And I know as we get older, we feel weather differently, but I really truly feel. I mean, just look at the day. I mean, all the records are either from the 20s, which was a shitty decade, which seems like it.
Was that
and-
Dust Bowl kind of time?
Yeah, and now because we keep beating, where some of the highest temperatures are, the heat index will be 114. Weird shit. And I mean, we'll be under a shed working, and it still feels like you're in the sun.
Right.
It's getting unsafe to be outside without sunscreen.
Yeah.
And that's why that song, "Everybody's Free to Wear Sunscreen," right here at the bottom of your screen. talks
Yeah,
about.
but you know the song. Sing it.
Everybody is free. Free not like they think, but to wear sunscreen. That's not
There
really.
you go, yeah. AI wrote that song.
Yeah.
AI wrote
No
that.
Eye wrote that
No
song.
You remember
Low
that song?
eye.
Low Eye.
That's such a good song.
Yeah.
Enjoy the power and beauty of your youth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know
That
what
was
you're
a
talking
speech that a guy wrote for
Yeah.
a graduating class, and a guy put a beat to it
about.
in the
Dude,
background.
yeah. What's that song? Is that
Everybody's free to wear sunscreen.
is that the name of it?
Yeah.
Huh.
And at
What's
the
the-
end, he's like, and trust me on the sunscreen. He's like,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I don't
It
trust
makes-
it. I don't
it
trust the
makes me-
sunscreen.
It makes me.
You're putting chemicals on the biggest organ in your body.
it's my favorite organ.
You don't trust it, but you're
I'm nothing
you
without
come
my
from an
skin.
olive-skinned people,
Exactly.
so you're you're fine. You'll be fine. You can
You
stay.
think so?
Yeah, you'll be fine. Look, you worry about things that are way too far in the future, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I never think about this shit. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I know it's happening, and it really does suck. And if I think about it, it fucking ruins my day.
Oh, yeah.
So I just I'm like fucking
Yeah.
Mario Party.
I would love
dude.
to put my head in the sand too, but
Yeah.
it's fucking hot now. You can't put your head in there.
Is that a fucking joke? Did
I
you
just
do
wrote it. I just
Son
made
of
that
a
up
bitch.
just now.
All right, you can have it.
Top of the head, baby. Top of the dome.
If you just made if I ever find a video of you saying that somewhere else, it's gonna make me so mad, Tom.
I don't even remember what I just said.
What's a
Something
bit
was
on
funny
me?
though.
All right,
Oh, head
put
in the
that
sand,
for
but it's
me.
too
Head
hot.
in the sand,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah. I
too
like
hot.
that's yeah. I haven't ever said that. I like it. Let's. Have we done an hour? I'm having fun
We
here.
certainly have.
All right. Well, I've enjoyed this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been good.
I appreciate you taking a break from farming to come in. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I got off work 30 minutes early.
Do
Was
you
that
think
the
you're a
intent?
better farmer or comedian?
Way better comedian. Way better. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
would assume.
oh, yeah.
Well, you enjoy.
Even if you're
comedy.
good at farming, you're great at
Oh, you
you're great
enjoy
at comedy.
farming too, but
I enjoy it, but not like this. This
You're
is
an artist.
Well, this is purely mine as far as like, we're our own brand. When we're up there, this is our stuff. Farming, it's cool to be a part of it, but I'm also like, well, my dad did it, grandpa did it, grandpa
you're a
did
cog
it.
in the wheel.
Yeah, I was part of it. And
Is that the right cog
in the
wheel?
future, when I'm able to just fully focus on comedy, I can always look back and be like, I did this as well. I worked hard too with my hands,
Right.
and my knees can feel it sometimes, and my allergies can feel it. But it's to be closer to Earth, nature. I think in essence, you are also closer to God.
I was going to ask you, does it feel more?
I
Is
believe
there a spiritual part to it too?
yes, without question, and that's no joke, no question. I believe in God, in the universe, because I can't look at nature and think, this just happened.
Because you can see it's all connected. Every piece of it is connected to the next
Yeah, I
piece.
mean, to me it is, and I know some people could throw like some things like, "Well, did you know the castle rule or whatever?" And I'd be like, "No, I didn't," because I don't look at stuff like that. What I look at is what is obvious to me. Anything that distracts from the truth, to me, a lot of times I don't even pay attention to it because I believe science and all of it can fit together. There's no reason for a separation of all of it.
I'm 100% in agreement with that stuff. I really am.
It's really interesting.
Because I read
feel-
a lot of science and I read a lot of
Right.
philosophy and religion over the years, and I don't see a separation in them like you're either one or the other. I feel like religion and spiritual has made a huge mistake in separating itself from
Yes.
science and rejecting science, because I think science helps prove some. As long as you're not committed to this religion being real, and you're just committed to like the core aspects of what it's trying to get across of connection and God and love and all that kind of stuff, I think that science shows that it makes it more solid to me. I think the idea that there's consciousness that exists in the universe, and it may all be consciousness and mind, is these things aren't really disputable. And the connection of how I'm connected to you and I'm connected to you, and I'm connected to this chair, there's a oneness to it all, and I think science shows that.
So I've known you for a while, right? 10, 11 years, I think. And the answer you just gave is not the answer you would have given like 10 years ago, I don't think. Had somebody sat here and said what he just said brought up God, you would have got tensed up and it would have been a thing. And I think you've evolved your opinion.
I I think so too.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I like that.
I think a lot of people go through the stage. We've talked about this before of like once you realize, oh, what I've been told. Like I still am, because what you're going off is my projection of how angry I was at religion itself, and I still am at evangelicals. And it's like because they're fucking missing the point.
Sure.
In my opinion, you know. So yeah, I have that a lot. People think, oh, you're an atheist who hates God. Like no.
Well, I've seen you argue on Facebook, so I know.
Yeah. I hate their God. I hate this God because there's no I don't know to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why I'm sort of I feel the same way towards atheists. It's like you're saying you know. The whole point is you don't know. And you're rejecting the science that shows the connectedness of us all and the reality of it. You know, to me.
So you also know me too. We've had some interviews and talked over the years and stuff. I think you know what I mean more so when I say it than a stranger.
Right.
I think that means a lot coming from like when you can talking to people over the years.
Yeah,
and
and
stuff
you
like
kind
that.
of the conversation starts at like the definition of God or whatever, what each individual's definition of what God is, right?
Yeah.
But I think that I just think this conversation has changed.
Yeah.
I was working on a bit, and I told you about this. I think a while back. All the groups of people that we owe apologies to, historically. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And and the recent ones are like, do you believe in aliens? And people are like, yeah, almost everybody now. And like 10 years ago, if you admitted that out loud, we send cameras to your house and put you on a fucking,
dude.
you know what I mean? You fucking, you know. And I think the same thing for religion now. It's like it's kind of done a little bit of a circle, and maybe people are communicating more, so they're talking more about it, and there's some more understanding from both sides of this old disagreement. Whereas like if you said God, I fucking hated that because no. And then if you said no, I hate you. The biggest the fucking tricks are to get people to not talk about shit.
Yeah.
And right now, what's happening is, and I'm wondering who the group politically that we gotta fucking apologize to in 10 years is gonna be. I don't know. But religiously, like I think we owe multiple groups fucking apologies because there was all the hippies and they were all right, dude. Everybody's doing it right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think politically, I agree. I think that why we don't give each other some of those apologies. Like nobody ever apologized to me for fucking how they treated me after 9/11 when I was like, this George Bush is an idiot. These guys are liars. There's no weapon, you know. And there was huge resistance to anybody that thought that way.
Who do you owe apologies to?
And that's what I mean. Like, we as a liberals, we owe just recently how we handled COVID. We probably owe some apologies there. Like, oh shit, we were wrong. Like, you guys didn't kill everybody by having a fucking Trump rally in Raleigh during the head of the thing, you know? Like, and I probably owe some of my neighbors. Like, what the fuck, dude? Don't be coming like over here with your kids and blah blah blah.
Oh, dude, but I do that.
You know,
I love that. That was so cool to be able to tell people not to come visit me.
Yeah.
I don't want to see you. Oh, it's my favorite. Now I've kept it. Like people, I'm still in the fucking pandy wandy, dude. I'm not getting. I'm like I don't want to go, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? I got a cough, man. I can't show up. I love the excuse to cancel on stuff. I love that it gave me the.
I needed COVID because my kids had grown up and I could not use them as excuses
that's
anymore.
right.
Like I gotta watch my kid tonight.
Yeah.
So do you like comedy? Wise, I don't know, man. You know I love your comedy, but who are your influences? Because I've been doing comedy for almost 30 years, and there's not if I was to describe your comedy, there's nobody I could think of that I would go, it's like blah blah blah. You know, like Paul Hooper has that like for me. Like I can't think of another comic, maybe AJ Finney that is a little like Paul, but you're like that. Like I can't. There's nobody that I'm like, oh, he's like blah blah blah, or that guy's kind of like Dusty. You're very unique in the way you do comedy.
Thanks, dude. It means a lot.
You know,
I took a lot not from like stand-ups as much, but more like movies and TV.
Right.
If I had to choose some stand-ups that really inspired me, I would say Pablo Francisco, 100%. And yeah, he's my favorite. And
I remember working with him and watching him just destroy.
I loved his energy and his ability to take you somewhere else.
He's got a rhythm. He's got a rhythm to him, which is really fantastic to watch. He's not my cup of tea type, you know what I mean?
Similar.
But I respect his work. But if like I watch him, and he's one of the guys who I don't have to listen to the jokes to know what's going on. I can listen to his audience. It's like almost there's a couple people who do it, and it's irrelevant what he's saying. It's about what he's doing.
Yeah,
And
I
the
just have
fact
a
that he
clear image in
can-
my mind of him being in a sentence and then slipping into his Latino girlfriend voice
Yeah.
and like pulling
Yeah.
down her, like, you know, and saying something and like, oh, being all turned on
It's
and pulling down.
vivid, man.
I don't even know why I have that image of it, but
He
that's
drags
what's-
people in. Yeah,
yeah. He has
creates
characters
images.
that he does, and he does those voices, and it's like a show of
Yeah.
like there's like 4 people doing a show.
If
and
you
he-
Charlie Browned his voice, I would still enjoy his special.
yeah,
Because the laugh is
Yeah.
the crowd's still going to do the thing, and even if you Charlie Brown his voice to the crowd, I think they'd still laugh. Do you know what I mean? Like he's got a rhythm to him. I was talking about you the other day. with
Once on a Thursday, the Charlie Brown because he does the
somebody.
movie guy voice.
Yeah, he does the movie guy. I was talking about you and somebody else locally. I was
What the fuck do you say?
yeah. I was talking about Dusty, and I was talking about somebody else, and this person was asking me about people locally, blah blah blah, and I was like, I think like what it is with Dusty and what it is with JD is like they found their voices. Like you hear that in comedy. Oh, you got to do it until you find your voice. Find your voice.
That was
Takes
the worst.
20 years. Da, da, da. It is the worst, right? Because then you're chasing this thing. But then I think
You're like, I think I am doing my voice.
there's
Nah,
something.
You're not. Yeah.
Again, this is another thing. Like this is recent, and I can tell you for sure in the last 12 years that it's changed. The amount of time it takes to find a voice is so much shorter because they're doing it so much quicker now. Like Dusty got there in 6, 7, 8 years. JD, same thing. And like here we are, we're still chasing. Like I think I find it every now and again. I think I'm doing it. You know what I mean? But then I watch you guys, and I know when somebody's like,
You got it. You do.
who
You're also like
who
that. There's nobody
is-
that does
All right,
comedy.
everybody
like you.
compliment me.
Okay.
Who is like when you say who else is like Dusty? It's nobody.
Yeah.
Because Dusty figured out how to be Dusty on stage, which is so fucking difficult to do, and like that's so much work.
That is.
That's why I don't think I've gotten there because I just know I haven't because I don't have freedom the way you have. The way that JD is free to laugh at his own shit would make me crazy. And most comics, when I seen them laughing at their own shit, it would make me fucking bananas. But the way JD's doing it isn't a rhythmic thing. It isn't because he's not good at it. It's because
Yeah.
he's really fucking good.
And
It's
JD's
funny.
not doing it in that way where he's like he starts to tell. Let me tell you about.
Yes, I've seen comics.
Y'all stop making me laugh. I can't do
I've
this
seen
bit.
comics who-
Same way every night you laugh like that.
Comics
Come on.
build their whole set, and there's a bunch of them everywhere. There are comics who build their whole set around them tricking the audience into laughing by laughing. And there's a rhythm to it, and I can hear it, and I spot them as soon as I fucking see them. Like, yuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
I laugh
JD doesn't
naturally.
do
I
that.
try to. Sometimes I'll listen to myself and I'll be like, I gotta stop.
If I
with the
laugh on
fucking
stage,
laughing.
if
But
I laugh on stage, I'll stop the show and write down whatever the fuck I just said because that's funny
Right.
to me. If
Yeah.
I can make myself laugh on stage, I said something I never heard before.
I think I laugh out of the joy of.
Other
I'm not
people
laughing necessarily at my joke unless I write it on stage. Really.
Yo, can I
But
say
I'm
something?
laughing at the people laughing gives me a joy that creates laugh.
I'm gonna say
stupid,
something
but
out
it's
loud
true.
that I've not fucking I don't
Let it free.
share this. I clip my laughs out of my sets, dude. I'll go through if I have a set and there's a nice fucking chunky laugh right there. I just clip the laugh, and when I ain't doing good, then I'll fucking boop. I'll scroll through and just listen to fucking 45 minutes of fucking 1, 2, 3 second laughs.
Really?
Yep.
Uh,
Yep. They're mine.
yeah.
They're mine. I got them.
That's
I'm not
great.
giving them back, dude. I fucking worked for them. I got them. I stressed about it. They're mine. Gimme. Forever I want them.
I like that.
So do you
Yeah.
do you have times when you play it like,
like a
depending on how you're
token.
feeling about yourself or like if you're
It
not
doesn't
feeling
matter. I don't know what the fuck I was talking about. All I know is the laugh, and the laugh was real.
No, I know. I mean, like emotionally, like sometimes I'll go through 3 weeks of like I just don't feel funny.
Yes.
So is that when you would listen to the laughter and it brings you the joy? Is
No. It's like if I'm like stupid, it has nothing to do with comedy. It has nothing to do with.
But I
comedy.
don't think how I'm feeling about 3 weeks of not feeling funny doesn't have anything to do with my comedy either. It has to do
So,
with
but
who I
that's a
am.
new thing too, right? This is a new thing that I think people understand now is we were trained that you cannot take time off and you cannot get away. But then again, this fucking Rick Rubin book, right? He mentions it. If you feel like you have to do something, sometimes do the opposite. And when I took my first break from comedy fucking 11 years in, dude, I'm like, what the fuck? I thought I was going to die. 2020 was my first break of taking time off.
COVID, yeah.
And
Same.
and you were 18, 19, 20 years in? What the
I was
fuck?
really amazed by how,
Much you needed it.
yes.
Yeah, dude.
And how when it happened, I felt like I had a little like, thank God this
Yeah.
is like, and it was weird. It never would have occurred to me that I
It
would have
changed
felt that
comedy.
way. And
But
it
yeah.
really made me think like, I was
Entertainment.
really like, this
I mean,
is,
yeah, changed everything, but
it
really
really,
for
and once I started, like
comedy.
we started doing the idiot box things and it was just like not like us, like talking
Yeah.
to each other, but somehow that
6 feet
started
away.
to make it feel, I was like, oh, this is going to be great. I'm going to throw away everything I did and start over. And you don't really, but you know,
I did.
I did. And then
then you got back to it 'cause
yeah,
it's
then it's
like,
like,
I'm
then
not
I
getting
start
rid of
getting
that
paid
work.
again. I'm like, I got to pull those
I'm
jokes
still
back out.
listening to the fucking laughs. I'm
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
going to do
yeah.
the old jokes.
It was.
But I liked the break. And then I was a little like reluctant to get back to it even like,
So I think that's one of those things, right? Is when you're in that place where you go through 3 weeks of not feeling like you're funny, it's probably you just need you need to do something. It's a pull to something else.
Yeah.
Like, how do we take advantage of that instead of beating ourselves up for not doing this thing we were told we have to do every day or we get bad at it? Listen, I think I take weeks off between getting up on stage and I'm sure I got a bomb coming. I'll be fine. I'll be
Right.
fine. I'll be fine when I bomb, and I'll be fine every time I don't bomb too. It'll be okay. I have to trust myself that I've done 12 fucking years of work.
it's like in that book too, he talks about like that sort of, that's what it's about. It's about, right. You just do the work, right? The work is the payoff. Like the path is the goal. Like a bad show leads
Yeah.
to a good show later. And it's
Or a
like,
fun story.
they're all part of the path to
How
where
often do
you're
you
going.
see a group of comics sit around and talk about all the good shows they did? It's always
No,
all
we
the
talk
stuff.
about the shit shows and
Yeah.
stuff because it really. I agree with you 100%. We can't grow without failure. It's just like any muscle has to be broken down in order to be built back stronger.
Mm-hmm.
But it's weird
And-
how much you are scared of that failure, even though
Oh,
like
it
what you're
hurts.
saying, you
Yeah.
you get better
Like you
from
said,
it.
12 years of work, 18 years of work, 10 years of work.
20-something, right?
20 something now.
Okay,
yeah.
20, a million years, and 10 years of work. You feel like you just started. You feel like, oh, it's all for naught, for waste. I know thee not. Humor,
Yeah.
that's what it feels like. Like, why halt thou forsake me? Like,
Yeah.
it's the weirdest thing on earth. It's like you forgot how to fucking use roller skates.
But those are all the rules. There were so many rules when I started comedy because I grew up with guys of your generation watching you guys, and everything you guys said was fucking gospel to me. And then I get into comedy and I realize you guys don't know shit.
Nobody knows.
Nobody
That's the
knows,
beauty.
you fucking sons of bitches. You're all so eloquent when you're fucking telling me the rules, so I listened. And then I realized, like 8, 9, 10 years in, oh, those guys were just trying to. They thought they knew what worked. They didn't really know what worked for them. They're trying to navigate it. And now there's just so much fucking information readily available. That's why I think people are progressing faster. I think
Because every great comic is on one of these talking all day about comedy.
Well,
You know what
not
I'm saying?
only
They can
that,
go.
though-
I had to go find these Larry Wilde.
it's less aggressive
things
now
and-
too,
yeah.
though, right? Like when I started comedy, I would say the percentage of comedians who were older than me that wanted me to go away was very high. Like there wasn't people who were like, "Hey, man, welcome to comedy."
No.
And I
Yeah,
think
dude,
no,
yeah,
exactly, right?
agreed.
Like
Yeah, not
because
like that
there were
at
so many
all.
people that came in and left that I didn't want to get attached to you, and so there was that. I think all these rules are wrong. Every single fucking rule that we thought was absolute with this playful fucking silly art form it's all bullshit. It's all wrong. And it's
Yeah.
all to be pressed up against. And so that aggressive nature, hey, you're not a comic, get out of here, I think that's bullshit. I think and I think Dusty was of the group when I first realized that. When Dusty started coming around, I was specifically in a place of I had a bunch of people who were very unfriendly to me, who I ended up being friends with down the line, but they were not helpful. And if anything, they enjoyed
Because
my
nobody knows what we're
suffering.
doing. How can we be helpful when nobody knows what they're doing?
I don't know what I'm still helpful.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
that's a
You
good
can
point.
be helpful.
That's a good point.
You can be helpful. You can be helpful by criticizing correctly and from a place of help. You can also support people by fucking being like, hey, man, I know what you're going through sucks, but that thing you did is worth it.
Right.
Right? Or breaking it down, being like, hey, man, you don't need to have 5 minutes. You need 30 fucking seconds. That's big. Like me figuring that out, that it was 30 seconds at a time and not
2-3 minute chunks.
20-minute chunks
Yeah.
that needed to be perfect. I just need 30 seconds to leave with a W tonight
Yes.
so I
leave
can
with the-
fucking come back and get 40 seconds. You know what I mean? And
Right.
there's small gradual work. But all those things, man, I think those have changed. I think people are more compassionate towards each other. People are more willing to help each other get through a process. You know
Grace.
what I mean?
Good grace.
Yeah. I think all that stuff's super important. And there was so little of it. But that, again, right? That's the people who believe in aliens 10 years ago, go fuck yourselves.
Yes.
And the people who were like nice and calm, were like, go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, the people that were assholes that I remember don't even do this anymore.
Yeah.
And you look back and you're like, wow, they really were. A lot of them weren't that funny. The meaner ones, a lot of them aren't that fucking
Well,
funny.
it's so much funnier. The world is a funnier place. You
The
know what I
world
mean?
is a vampire.
The world is a vampire. But the world is a funny. There are more. There are more.
Only awake at night? What do you mean?
It's a song.
You can't. s-
My sunglasses only wear them
Yeah.
at night.
and sunscreen. But I think that's true. I think that so we've progressed with religion and conversations. We've aliens, all of that shit. Weed, you know what I mean? All of it's different, and I think comedy is different too. And I think
So weed is so different.
weed is so different. But comedians are finding their voices earlier because there's access to it, and I think there's the right amount of encouragement. Like you can go online and see somebody who just did the fucking thing you're trying to do.
right.
You couldn't
Yeah.
do that.
I would
forever,
say, if I'm being honest, I would say there's a time when I would have walked as a comic, as a young comic, where I would have walked into a room like Idiot Box and watched the show, and I would have felt instantly competitive with
Yeah.
you and you. Like I'd
Good.
watch, like, oh, these fucking guys are great.
Why not?
I got to be better than that. You know what I
Good.
mean? And now I watch you
I don't
guys,
want
and I'm
Dusty to
just
be
like,
better
I'm
than
just,
me.
I'm
I don't
ju-
want to be better than you.
I'm just
How
happy.
fucking weird that would
Yeah,
be.
I'm just
No,
happy.
but it does happen.
that you guys are also that you guys are funny and it's fun
Yeah.
to watch. Like it doesn't affect how I feel about myself as a comic to watch you do
Right.
great anymore.
Right,
You
but
know
that
what I
we
mean?
thought it did forever ago.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, losing the jealousy truly opened up the another vein and flow of the liquid that is comedy.
Yeah.
From,
Like,
the-
honestly,
You being funny doesn't affect if I'm funnier at
No,
all.
it makes me
No,
better.
It makes
Yeah.
the show better.
Yes.
Everybody's happy.
Now I gotta
Everybody gets
follow
their money's
Dusty.
worth.
Fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yes.
mean? I better be funny. And so, but that competitive shit is, I don't want you to be. I wanted to catch you. I don't ever want him to be funnier than me. I never wanted JD to be funnier than me. But I'm fucking rooting for all of that to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I want him to be funnier than me.
Yeah.
I remember the first time JD was funnier than me on a show. I was like mad and fucking super happy for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, all right, I
Yeah.
gotta get to work, dude. Like he went up and killed, and I had to follow. And the biggest laugh I got all night was me repeating one of his lines.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yes.
I knew.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, dude, I know. And so I was like, well, fuck. He caught me. The son of a bitch caught me. I have to work harder because he's gonna keep working. I love that shit.
Yeah.
So the competitive should still be there, as long as you're still rooting for the person. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like if two baseball teams are playing, you should want to beat that team.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't hope for their plane to crash.
Yeah, you don't want to win just
Ooh.
when they're down. You know what I mean? You want like you said, everybody bringing their A game. Good night.
Yeah.
Everybody's happy. Yeah.
I've rooted for some team planes to crash.
Me too. And I was wrong, dude.
Like
You
my
know?
only chance of the Falcons getting into the playoffs is if there's about 5 team planes collide
Right, at the
in
same
air.
time.
Yeah, you know.
Shit, I can't even get past the airport. So
Yeah, you're gonna have a hard time expanding out as a comic if you can't go
it's
to
gonna-
Oh, he's
airports.
doing better now, though. you know
yeah,
what
I'm
I mean?
getting there. Yeah, as long as I can drive or have somebody take
But
somebody
I
else's
mean,
car, I'm pretty good.
that was years ago, And I think it just goes to show.
You're right. I've grown.
Yeah.
I've grown. I've been able to
You've
be
been to,
more
like, 3 or
comfortable
4
talking
states
about
now.
airports than I used to be.
Dusty
That
lives
used to
at
be
the
my hot
airport now.
topic. Airports. You
Yeah.
know, Kevin McAllister ain't real. I get it, but